Hello and welcome back to Brentford Fan TV. I'm Ben.
And I'm Freddie, and this is the Aston Villa preview. And so, looking at Aston Villa first, they're currently 13th in the league, and their points tally isn't terrible, but they'd feel like they should be doing better, especially with recent form.
Yeah, they haven't won in 8 games in all competitions. Bear in mind, some of them have been Champions League games, which can be pretty tough. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with their not incredible recent form, we definitely have an opportunity here to get not just a draw, which I'd say would be a good result at Villa away, but even a win possibly. But I just want to talk about Ollie Watkins quickly, and I think his form this season hasn't been so good, has it?
No, he was tearing up the league last season. Every game he played, he got a goal and an assist.
Yeah, and he had a great Euros.
Yeah.
And then this season it's been a bit downhill.
Yeah, he hasn't. He started off decent, doing alright, but then, okay, to be fair, it's kind of in correlation with Villa's form themselves.
Yeah.
So,
as a Ollie Watkins owner in fantasy Premier League, you know how he's not been getting you so many points, but but I would say Ollie Watkins, this is just a bit of a comparison I noticed recently. There's a big similarity between Ollie Watkins and Johan Wissa for Brentford, because they both started as wingers and they're both now incredible strikers.
Yeah.
The only difference is Wissa's about 5 years older than Ollie Watkins was when he was at Brentford and became a striker. That's just like a really random comparison to make, but
yeah. But one's having incredible form, probably the best ever, and then the other's in terrible form.
Yeah. And anyway, looking at Brentford vs Villa over the last few years, we've had a couple good wins, a couple good draws, and a couple bad losses.
Yeah.
And I mean, the most recent game we had against Villa last season, that 3-3 draw, and I remember we weren't incredible that game, but we just suddenly kicked into gear, and in about 10 minutes we went from 2-0 down to 3-2 up, which was absolute scenes. It was Wissa goals, and Bremo goals, and it was also that incredible Reguilon performance.
Oh yeah.
But what I've noticed, I mean, it was an Ollie Watkins last minute winner for them, or equaliser for them, but I feel like Ollie Watkins always seems to score against Brentford these days, doesn't he?
Yeah, I remember that last time he scored at the G-Tech, that game.
That was a fiery game.
Yeah.
He fired back at a fan, didn't he?
Yeah, and then the whole West Stand thought that he was having a go at all of them and took it personally. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like he's kind of ruined that relationship that was very good that he had with the club just in that game, but that was a really frustrating loss to them last season. I felt like we deserved more. I remember David Coote, his refereeing wasn't good. No, Martinez should have had a red card, definitely.
Yeah, and it's always going to be a fiery game with Morpie involved, especially with the added inclusion of Martinez.
Yeah, but moving on to us and our, I'd say, recent good form.
Yeah.
Feels like we're always winning at home, and we finally got a draw away against Everton 2 games ago.
Yeah, and considering the red card, that was a pretty good game for us.
Yeah, so hopefully we can continue a bit of away form and get at least a point against Villa, but
yeah,
honestly, when we're scoring this many goals and Villa have been a tad shaky, I'd hope we can do alright.
Yeah, like there is a possibility for a win, but in the end Villa are still a good side. They're just in bad form.
Champions League side,
yeah,
when you think about it. But yeah, I mean, the stand-up player from our previous game was Kevin Schade.
Yes.
And it makes me think, what a good problem for Thomas Frank. Like,
yeah,
you wouldn't think he'd have started originally, but you can't drop someone after getting 4 goal contributions in one game.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to see Schade probably start again on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I really hope his confidence continues, and because it was a really good game for him, and like before he seemed to really struggle.
Yeah.
But now I think after a break from the starting lineup, after that game he's definitely earned his space. Yeah,
I thought with his third goal as well, it was a 1v1, and that's what he's really struggled with. I feel like sort of when he's been playing at strikers, 1v1s, but having already scored 2 in the game before, the second one was very good. He just looked full of confidence in that 1v1. He looked really happy when he celebrated. The passion was all there, and so we just want him to keep it up. Yeah. And I feel like when he's playing off the left of Wissa, he plays a lot better than when he's at striker, because
Yeah.
what I've noticed is, so when Whistle was out for injury, Sharda was playing up front, and I feel like it's just too much pressure for him to play at striker. To be fair, he was never a striker his whole career, he's always been a winger, and so it's not something he's used to, but I feel like him on the left wing is so much better.
It really is. And I've noticed we've been attacking down the last game. We definitely were attacking down the left a lot more than we have been in recent games. We mostly attacked down the right with Mbamo.
Yeah.
But now we've actually got another build-up way to build up.
Especially with Keelan Potter's incredible form as well, because in our previous few games, there's so many times where Keelan Potter, he's playing left back now, he's picked up the ball and he's travelled with it up the pitch, and he's just the person to start the attack. It's like him and Damsgaard on that left hand side linking up so well, and they just start every attack, it seems. And so I feel like our squad right now is so much more balanced. You wouldn't think putting a right-footed left winger at left back is going to create balance, but it has done. And so we're looking like a really complete squad right now. And so with that in mind, let's go into our predicted 11.
So our predicted 11 is very similar to previous games. We've of course gone with Flecken in goal. Not much to say. And then we've gone with the same back line as, like, how many games has it been?
Maybe 3.
Yeah, definitely at least 3. With Vandenberg, Collins, Pinnock, and then the aforementioned Keelan Potter at left back. Yeah,
and I feel like it's still a very attacking defensive setup for playing Villa away, who are a very good side. But I feel like Vandenberg, who played more attacking against Leicester, will be more sitting against Villa when we have the ball, because their counter-attack abilities are a lot better than Leicester. And so it should set up quite well. Keelan Potter bombing on down the left, Vandenberg, Collins, Pinnock sort of sitting back. And then in the midfield we've put Norgard, Damsgaard and Janelt. And so it's just a straight swap from last game, Janelt for Jensen. And I think it's quite a natural swap as well, because Janelt's more defensive than Jensen, and so for playing a better side like Villa than Leicester, it's just be slightly more defensive with a more of a CDM than a centre mid in midfield.
Yeah, but like so far it's the only change we've gone with, and it's a necessary change because Matthias Jensen's now injured.
Yeah.
Which is again unfortunate. We had so many injuries in recent years.
Although, it's supposed to not be too much of a long-term injury.
Okay.
He'll hopefully be back for the Newcastle game on the weekend. But
that's good. Yeah.
We do know with the Brentford staff, they do say, they'll be back this date, and then they're back about a few months later, and so we don't have the best record with our injuries. And then a front three of Mbamo, Wissa and Sharda. Take it away with them.
I'd say our best in form front three at the minute. Okay, maybe Mbamo doesn't have the best form, but I know he's one of those players who can just go out and have a good game even if he's in a dry spell. And Sharda, of course, incredible game, involved in all 4 of our goals against Leicester. There's no reason why we wouldn't start him. And then, of course, Wissa, one of the best form players in the league, I feel like. And he just seems to score every time he plays. His goals to shots ratio is incredible. And what I love about just playing Sharda is that he's got pace that we can abuse. And so we could be struggling, let's just abuse Sharda's pace, chuck it long, he'll get on the end of it. And so that's what I like the most about that front three. And so now, with all this in mind, let's go into our score predictions. And once again, I haven't really thought about it. Same. But I have got a score. So I'll let you think of yours.
Oh, I haven't. Okay. I don't want to predict a loss, but I'm also confident.
I'm going to be confident, but not overly confident. I'm just going to predict a simple 1-1 draw.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Well, we've been doing predictions every week, and last week we looked at our predictions and we realised Ben's predicted 1 loss all season and I've predicted no losses all season. And so, although I think we actually have a really good opportunity to get at Villa, I'm just going to predict a 2-1 loss, just for the sake of finally predicting a loss against a team. But I actually am really confident we can get a result. But I'm predicting a 2-1 loss, just because I feel like it.
Yeah, I feel like with the team that Brentford is, it's very easy to get really confident and predict high-scoring, winning games.
Yeah.
But like, we have to remember that we're not yet a big club in the Premier League. Yeah, we are, because we are a big club because we're in the Premier League and we've been there 4 seasons so far. But so far, our highest finish was like ninth.
But that 9th place finish, I think it was like 59 points, and the season before that, that would have got us 6th in the league.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of different every year, the points and the standings.
And so far, it's looking promising.
Yeah. If we can just fix up this away record,
yes,
which, well, I think we can this on Wednesday, although I've not predicted it. Anyway, I think that's all there is to say for the Villa preview.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.